Now, moving on really quickly to another person who just wants people to know that simply because she's regular degular does not mean that she does not have her own boundaries in check. The story started with Obinna talking smack about Amber. No, it's actually started with Amber Ray. She'd gone in for a video shoot for a job that Obinna was promising to pay her 50,000 shillings for to be a video vixen in his new song. And when she went there, bit of dancing, whatever, she seemed a little off, right? And so she decided to go online and give us the tea. On her Instagram actual post, she said this: "Dear Obinna, I want to address this with honesty, clarity, and respect, but just for you. For everyone, not just for you, but for everyone watching this unfold. I wear many hats. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a businesswoman, I'm a brand, I'm a corporate face, and yes, the queen of Sherehe. I have worked very hard to create this life where I can be all of these things and show up differently and professionally in every role. That didn't happen overnight, it took years." Basically, she said, that she felt disrespected and belittled, and yeah, the disrespect of Ogobina saying that she showed up at the shoot drunk. She said, "I was late." Yes, it's true. Ogobina had said she was 4 hours late, and then they had to wait another 1 hour for her to get her makeup done. She said about the shoot, "I was late and I sincerely apologize for that. It took longer to get there than I expected, and I kept you informed. But the narrative you're pushing that I was just drinking carelessly, it was unfair, it was false. Let's not act like Amber. The Amber you wanted in the video isn't the same Amber who's holding a glass of wine and commands a room in a club, yada, yada, yada." She actually said, to be entirely honest, it was not a paid job, as Ogobina had said that he was paying her 50,000 Kenya shillings to appear on this video vixen as a video vixen. She said it was not a paid job. It was just a favor, like many other times that I've shown up for you when you've asked me to come and show up for you. Long story short, she says, but twisting this into something that is bigger, more dangerous, the moment a woman stands up firm and says no, whether to dance or that it's an advance, whenever she decides to do anything contrary to what you have supposedly been accustomed to, you call her difficult. She's suddenly labeled difficult, disrespectful, and worse. That's the narrative many women have known too well. We're not allowed to say no. Boundaries are disrespected. Boundaries are not a level of disrespect, they are a form of self-respect." She continued to say many other things regarding that whole situation and how she's tired of Ogobina painting her as this person who was drinking and, being difficult, whereas she just felt disrespected because it was not an overnight thing. According to Ogobina, he'd said that, yeah, overnight she showed up at the place, she was drunk, so she was drinking with like a Bitichalo and drinking a who, and then she showed up at the shoot and she seemed very weird, and eventually she just walked off the stage, and he actually started making it like a boy child thing. "Oh, bro, Rapudo, come through, say what you saw, be a witness, I know she's your wife and I know it can mess up your marriage, but support the boy child and be honest. And for anyone else who was there during the shoot, come through online and tell people what happened." I'm just like, why are you garnering people to gang up against this woman? Clearly something was wrong. She wouldn't just walk away from this supposed 50,000 shillings. And so when Amber Ray is coming out and telling us all of these tea, we're like, okay, honey. First of all, you didn't even pay her, and you're making all this kind of noise and disrespecting her in public, and then also asking that her husband shows up in your defense over her. What kind of ludicrous nonsense is this? Now, when Ogabina went online and started saying, "Oh no, she lied, he said his own narrative, his own version of the story, which was basically she was drunk. She showed up late and she said she was disrespected, posted even the video of the whole back behind the scenes of her when she was dancing and so on, and all of that. He posted all that saying, this is what actually happened. So I don't understand why she's acting the way she's acting. Amber Ray said, okay, you need context? I got receipts. She went on to the next post and she posted screenshots of conversations between her and Ogobina that trace back as far back as 2022, where you can really see a pattern, a weird, interesting pattern, where Ogobina will say, hey, I have messaged you. Some rich friend of mine wants to have coffee with you. He's a private dude. And she just says, he continues to say, Aki Jamani, he saw you on my status. Let me send you a screenshot. She says, Mimi Aki, I don't do that. That's Ambare saying, I don't do that. He proceeds to send the screenshot saying, Uko wapi, I am ready. Anyway, screenshot continues. She continues to actually say that she doesn't do that. He responds by saying, what Jamani, coffee? She says, yes. So he continues to ask her, so what do you do? She says, I make my own money. He says, dinner? And she says, labda nimnunulie. He says, no, you misunderstand. It was just a meetup, daddy. Basically downplaying what exactly he's trying to say, which is, hey, a rich friend of mine wants you. He wants to sleep with you, so I'm pimping you out. Just do it. Anyway, she makes it very clear that, no, I don't do that. And I am not bought by cheap food. In fact, I can buy him food. What is this you're trying to portray? Continues to actually say that, this is Obinna saying, he just wants to meet up. Whatever y'all discuss is up to you. He's a top shot in Gava. I'm like, dude, what? Could you say, maybe we might even be given a tender? So basically, you're using me, you're pimping me out to your rich Gava gunshot, top shot friend in order for you to get a tender? What? Okay. She says, then he has to go through my manager, please. It's like, if it's business, let him go through my manager. She says, Obinna says, usikue mgumu, unifungie baraka. Okay. He says, wewe umesema marafiki hautaki. All good. In other news, sends a picture of them together, sitting together, Obinna and Ambare. He says, in other news, ona vile tunakaa poa. So, not only have you attempted to pimp me out to this rich government friend of yours in order for you to get a tender, now you're hitting on me? Telling me ona vile tunakaa poa ndio? Like, what? Anyway, he proceeds to say, because ona vile tunakaa poa can be misconstrued into anything. But nope, he continues to say, cheapo me, then ghost me a beg. Ama you're scared that you might fall in love and get addicted. I'm like, huh? She ignores him. Later on, this is June 17th, 2022, he posts a picture. He sends her a story of hers. He resends the story of her saying, where edible AF. So, it is very, very clear, in case you haven't seen from all of these innuendos and the double entendres and him trying to be sly about, okay, if you don't want my friend, then take me, cheapo me, like sleep with me. Ama you're afraid you'll fall in love. I'm like, this is disgusting behavior. So then, when you come to a stage, like with all these things in this woman's head, she comes to do this video vixen job, and he's basically objectifying her and whatever, because that's what a video vixen usually does. You are basically just a totem for this person to showcase, beautiful girl, I wanna do whatever to her. And she feels uncomfortable because all of these things are flashing in the back of her mind. What? You're trying to say, oh, she's misconstrued, she's being disrespectful. Listen, Obinna, you are wrong. Be honest. It's weird. It's uncomfortable when you mix business and pleasure, especially from a person who clearly wants nothing to do with you. She was dating someone else at that point, so you making her look like this loose, cheap thing, plaything that can be used for you and your tenders in order for you to get whatever it is you're getting from other men, using your friend as a plaything, pimping her out in order for you to get what you need, that's wrong. That's not friendship. I'm sorry to tell you that is not friendship, and it is very wrong. And Ambare, I completely understand where you're coming from, babes. We completely understand and we stand with Ambare. I stand with Ambare.
Honestly, once again, men. And it has become a pattern. One time something happens, one time, well and good, things happen to everyone. But the second time it happens, same script, you've established a pattern. You are always arguing with a woman online. It's exhausting. And also, can we just clock the entitlement? The entitlement this person has over her time, over what she chooses to say, over what he wants from her. I come and do you a favor and appear in a music video? Because if you watch the video, she came, she did her thing, and when the music stopped, she simply walked
off.
away. What did you want her to do? Like, stick around? And yes, she had an event prior to that, and she kept communicating, hey, I'm running late, but I am on the way. Comes to your set, does her thing, her dancey, dancey dance. Her husband is there, so clearly there's nothing inappropriate going on, yeah? Finishes everything. She felt some type of way. We are not privy to what happened behind the scenes. We are only privy to the videos that you showed, the videos that feed your narrative. Clearly something happened. Because after she finished dancing, and you can't say she was doing a bad job, she looked very peng, she simply walked off. Later on, she may have come out and said, I don't want to be a part of your project anymore. Well and good, she's reserved that right because once again,
It
you're
was a
not in
favor.
contract, you're not paying her.